Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Minister of Health approves its development plan of constructing hospitals, health complexes and centers in the governorates of the Sultanate at cost of around 400 million Omani riyals. The volume of Chinese investments in Duqm Special Economic Zone is expected to reach $11 billion. And a law is issued to protect Falaj listed in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said has sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Dr. George Ivanov of Macedonia on the occasion of his country's National Day. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said received a cabal of thanks from His Majesty King Philip of Belgium in reply of His Majesty's cabal of greetings on his country's National Day. His Majesty the Sultan also received a cabal of thanks from His Excellency President Pierre Nkurunziza of Burundi in reply of His Majesty's cabal of greetings on his country's 55th independence anniversary. The Ministry of Health has approved its development plan that included the construction of its main building, new hospitals, health complexes and centers in various governorates of the Sultanate. The ministry pointed out that the plan will be implemented during the upcoming years at the cost of around 400 million Omani riyals. These projects came to enhance the health sector with facilities. The plan included the establishment of 14 new hospitals, among which is Muscat General Hospital, at a cost of 32 million riyals. Some 38 health centers will be constructed in different villages in the wilayas of the Sultanate. Developing the health sector and providing high-quality health services will ensure the health security for citizens and residents in the Sultanate. The second phase of national measles immunization campaign is due to be launched in the governorate of Muscat at Al Khawair Health Center on Sunday under the patronage of His Excellency Sayyid Saud bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat. The second phase of the campaign is for the people between age group 20 to 35 years and will run from the 10th to the 16th of September. The people in the same group will be vaccinated at the authorized private and public institutions affiliated to the Ministry of Health and all other government health care institutions. The campaign is conducted by the Ministry of Health in participations with the other concerned authorities, the phase of which will include all governorates except Dhofar and Al-Wusta. The ministry called upon all citizens and residents born between 1982 and 1997 to visit the nearest healthcare center to get vaccinated free of charge. To elaborate more on this topic, joining us in the studio is Dr. Ibrahim bin Khalaf Al Busaidi, infectious disease consultant at Sultan Qaboos University Hospital. Dr. Ibrahim, welcome to the news studio. To start with, tell us in general, what is measles and why is it very important for this category of people to be vaccinated?
Thank you, Abdullah. It's my pleasure to be here today to talk about measles and the National Measles Vaccine Campaign that's starting next week. So measles is a very contagious viral infection that commonly infects young children. And it primarily infects the cells lining the upper airways, nasal mucosa and oral mucosa. And sometimes it can cause life-threatening complications in certain group of patients, including young children, unvaccinated pregnant women, and people who have low immunity due to medical conditions or due to medications. And people get it usually by contact with an infected person by coughing, sneezing, or direct contact with their fluid secretions, nasal or oral secretions. And it is, again, it is very contagious disease. And basically it presents, people get fever, runny nose, cough, and inflamed red eyes, and a few days later, they develop rash all over their body.
So that is measles and the signs and symptoms that you have mentioned. But how did it happen, the outbreak of the measles in the Sultanate of Oman, and how many people were discovered to have measles, at least for this year? Because we do understand that there were a number of them actually in the last year.
Yeah. So basically we know that measles has been eliminated since 1995 through the expanded vaccination program that was established in the early 80s. However, we know worldwide there were outbreaks all over Europe and in Australia and North America, and not only in Oman. So what happened in 2016, we found through the surveillance program that we have increasing cases of measles. And we reported 116 or 114 cases in 2016. And this year we have 89 cases reported in Oman
so far
since August 2017 until August 2017. So they are primarily caused by importation of these cases. So travel and people, foreign travelers, and imported cases internationally are the main source of infection in these cases, especially for those people who have lower immunity compared with other people who have good level of immunity against measles. So that actually brought the attention of national authorities to start to investigate and established a nationwide campaign to control the infection.
And that's where we have this particular campaign actually now.
Correct.
Now, people would very much ask at this particular moment, why did you target in particular the age 20 to 35?
So basically, if you look at those people who got measles in Oman in 2016 and this year, majority of people fall between the age 20 to 35. So that brought attention to investigators in Ministry of Health, and basically they went back and checked blood samples that were collected from different groups of Omani population. And when they found that people who fall in this age group have lower immunity compared with other groups outside 20 to 35. And that's put these people at risk of getting the infection compared with other age group. That is why we are targeted this group of people.
So it is very, very, very important for this category, age category actually, to report to health centers throughout the Sultanate actually, in particular in this particular area, except Dhofar and Al-Wusta, because they have already received the vaccination, except in the governorate of Muscat and all other governorates here. They have to report. But what is the safety of it actually? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So why would people need to get vaccinated? Again, this is very contagious disease. It can spread so fast among people. It can cause complication among people who have low immunity and unvaccinated pregnant women. And it is a preventable disease. We have very safe and very efficient vaccine which can provide almost 100% immunity and protection against measles. So it is quite safe vaccine. It has been used almost for the last 50 years with no problems, and it is easy accessible and it is inexpensive, so there is no reason why not to get the vaccine. And it is again free of charge for Omanis and non-Omanis.
Dr. Ibrahim, we do hope the public have got the message, and we shall see them actually pouring in these healthcare institutions for their safety and safety of others at the same time. We do thank you very much for being with us here. Now, that was Dr. Ibrahim bin Khalaf Al-Busaidi, who briefed us on the importance of this national campaign, and no doubt that there is no excuse for age group between 20 and 35 years not to report to those healthcare center. Thank you for joining us. More investment opportunities were offered for Chinese companies in the Sultanate at China and Arab countries exhibition in the China city of Xinya. Speaking at the event, the chairman of the board of directors of Duqm Special Economic Zone explained for participating investors that all success requirements and potentials for Chinese investments in the Sultanate were met and established based on friendship, cooperation and joint investments before the two countries. The volume of Chinese investment in the Sultanate is expected to reach reach in the upcoming decade around 11 billion US dollars and 22 million tons of commodities. The Sultanate is seeking through Oman Chinese Industrial City in Duqm to provide around 12,000 new job opportunities. Meanwhile, the trade exchange between two countries amounted to more than $17 billion. The law of regulating and protecting village sites enlisted in World Heritage List issued in Royal Decree number 39/2017 banned digging and establishing new water wells in the sites of 5 villages included in the list. The law also prevents any amendments in water wells existing in water reservoirs that feed villages. That law also excludes exploration and observation of new wells, in addition to wells that feed villages until obtaining necessary license from the ministry. It further prevents any amendments in the water wells that feed the above-mentioned 5 villages until only after obtaining a license from the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources. It's not permitted to transfer or sell water from any of those 5 wells of the convention sites of the villages except for the public drinking supplies existing at the time of the issuance of this law in accordance with the provisions and controls prescribed in the regulation. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. More than 6,100 administrative, technical and occupational job opportunities for Omanis are provided by factories working at Suhar Industrial Estate. Welcome back to the Sultanate of Oman television news. Fisheries Wealth Laboratories for the National Program for Enhancing Economic Diversification will be inaugurated on the 17th of this month. The laboratories will work on establishing work plans for initiatives which will contribute in raising the GDP in the coming years, in addition to raise the total value of fisheries products, in addition to provide job opportunities for citizens. The laboratories will discuss aspects related to fisheries wealth sector, means of overcoming challenges faced by the sector, in addition to create clear work plans and implemented them according to a specified time period, besides follow up the plans with the work performance indicators with the participation of a number of concerned bodies in government and private sectors. Building competencies, developing free and open source software, and training national cadres were topics highlighted by the cooperation program between Sultan Qaboos University and Information Technology Authority, which was signed accordingly. The program aims at upgrading solutions and applications to different public and private establishments and encouraging entrepreneurs to develop applications that depend on free and open source software to promote the national products. Oman oil price November delivery increased today by 93 cents per barrel to reach $53.41. The average price of oil current September delivery amounted to $47.63 per barrel, increasing by $1.11 compared to last August delivery. In 3 trading sessions after the holiday of Eid al-Adha, Muscat Securities Market Index recorded a slight decline of 5 points. The market maintained a closure level above 5,000 points, while more than 35 million shares were traded. Spanish Space Forum confirmed that the Sultanate includes the most appropriate places to conduct experiments that simulate life on the surface of Mars because of the nature of the soil. The forum pointed out that the salt domes of the Sultanate, its sedimentary rocks and the bottoms of its rivers seems close to the environment of the red planet, explaining that winter in the governorate of the Far seems more moderate than in Mars, at temperatures ranging from 16 to 27 degrees Celsius. More than 6,100 administrative, technical and occupational job opportunities for Omanis were provided by factories working at Sohar Industrial Estate. The estate is one of the investment attraction sites in the Sultanate. It is witnessing a considerable growth in terms of the volume of investments and the number of projects. Omanis represent around 40% of the total number of workers in factories of the estate, which amounted to 15,479. In addition to job opportunities provided by factories working in Sohar Industrial Estate, there are also training opportunities to qualify Omani youths to enter the labor market. The investments in Sohar Industrial Estate has reached till now 2 billion Omani Riyals, while the number of projects in the estate amounted to 314. And now to the international news. The European Union chief Brexit negotiator Michael Barnier said today that Britain's stance on issues relating to Ireland is worrisome and that a solution to the border issue will require a unique solution. Progress on the Irish border is one of the 3 items of separation that the European Union wants to see before it can sanction talks on a new post-Brexit relationship with Britain. Both sides have said the Irish issue is a key challenge during the Brexit discussions, especially with regards to how it affects the peace process in Northern Ireland. Discussions over Britain's exit from the European Union have also made little headway so far on the other 2 issues that the European Union wants to resolve, namely citizens' rights and the divorce bill Britain will have to pay when it leaves the bloc in March 2019. French President Emmanuel Macron arrived in Greece today for a 2-day visit during which he was expected to outline his vision for the future of the European Union and discuss Greece's financial crisis. Greek authorities banned protests through a large part of central Athens and mobilized more than 2,000 police on the capital streets. Macron, who arrived with a sizable delegation of French business leaders, is due to hold talks with Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras before delivering a speech at the Sphinx, a symbol of ancient Athenian democracy. Greece considers France a vital ally and counterweight to fiscally hawkish Germany in its efforts to ease the stringent terms of its international bailouts. The country has relied on international rescue loans since 2010 and in return has seen its economy put under strict supervision by its creditors. South Korean President Moon Jae-in decried the inter-Korean issue during the plenary session of the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok, Russia today. Moon spoke of the wasted opportunity to take advantage of the geopolitical position of the Korean Peninsula, adding that active involvement in the development of the Far East gives them an opportunity to gain access to the continent and to join these 2 parts. North Korea held a public event to celebrate its latest detonation of what it calls a hydrogen bomb ready to be mounted on an intercontinental ballistic missile. Citizens and servicemen gathered at Kim Il-sung Square for the event, which was also attended by top North Korean officials and national defense scientists. Sunday's test was its 6th and the most powerful North Korea has conducted since its first in 2006. It was also a stunning advance in its demonstrated ability to build high-yield nuclear weapons. And now for the general weather forecast. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas overlooking Sea of Oman with chances of scattered rainfall. Rest of the southern will have clear skies. Winds will be north to northeasterly light to moderate, occasionally active over the coastal areas. Seas will be moderate to rough with maximum wave height of 3 meters. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Ministry of Health approves its development plan of constructing hospitals, healthcare complexes and centers in the governorate of the Sultanate at a cost of around 400 million Omani riyals. The volume of Chinese investments in Duqm Special Economic Zone is expected to reach $11 billion. A law is issued to protect falages listed in the UNESCO World Heritage List. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us and good night.